G'day mate. If you watched the video I did with this saw yesterday, 2 videos, thanks for watching. I feel sorry for you if you watched a whole lot. It's not really worth a saw, it's mucking around time wise, but I did get it running, but I couldn't get it to run properly. So I think the crank shaft seals are leaking, because she'd run and start running its head off and started high. I couldn't get it to go. Either that or carby, one of the two. So I pulled the carby part, changed the fuel pump gasket, still did it. It's just not a good runner. So what I might do is I'll pull it apart, pull the motor off, make sure everything's right inside the motor, reseal the bloody thing, and start it again. So I'll probably get this yellow tank and get rid of that and use the black one I got here. So as far as I know, it's the same black base one here, because the hoses that go in that are clean. No one's different. This one's got a button. Okay, so I'll get the other one down the floor maybe. I'll try and find the case. I'm gonna do a short video as I do it. Oh, the one down here is alright. That one. That was the same. Okay, so I've got a case. I'll do snap by snap, but try and do a 50-minute video at the most. Right, other than that, it's a pain in the ass. Alright, we'll try and get this to go and a bit more power from it. Support him. So I can keep track of what's going on. 5:45 afternoon, so I've still some daylight outside, and we'll see how fast we can do some. Just putting the tools away, trying to find me T-bit for this T25. I'll eventually find it. I want to get all my tools back up where they should be, so I can get into this straight away. Right, see if I can get quick as I can. This time I'm going to make it smart in my own way of doing things. I haven't pulled the handles off these before, but they're in fresh screws. I'm using impact driver, and fresh screws are like little heads and all that. So you pull it off, pull the two clips off, two handle bits, sit together like that, and the I can't see it. The cable goes across and hooks into the handle just there, and when you rev it, lifts it up. So I'll pull that off. Should make it easier for me to work on. Yep, so that's what I'll do from now on. Handle last. That's a pain in the ass. That for any vibration thing, that's off. So I'm back down to that. I've pulled the flywheel off. The coil, I found a problem with the coil. The wires melted right through the coil there. It probably still works, but it probably if that's going near metal, arc it out and kill it. What's that from? Oh, this positive wire, I know it's got a hole just up here somewhere, so I'll get a part from the line to do that. I'm going to give it a mild port job and just see if I can get the thing to go properly the way it should. It's a pain in the ass where it is. I don't like saws that won't start. Sometimes, if you have time to think about things, it's easier. I've worked out how to pull the carby off so much quicker. I put that handle, put the handles apart there. I pulled the flywheel off, that's easy. Pulled the clutch off, that's the clutch there. What tool I use for that? A handmade tool. I'll show you that one. No, it's big. So that goes in the clutch. That does the clutch. That's just a socket off ground back to fit into that. Okay, now I've undone the motor, and I couldn't understand yesterday, mucking around with the thing, there was oil coming out. I just couldn't work it out. So I pulled it apart now. So you're gonna have to oil pump stuff off. I know the oil pump works, one thing. That's your motor. The bottom of the motor is full of oil. Got no idea where it's coming from, but it's obviously leaking in here. So I pulled out the motor bolts, and one of them here was actually covered in oil. So we've got a leak down here, so I'll find a good block for this. I said be cracking the oil housing somewhere in here, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's what I'm up to now. No wonder I could get this thing to run. It's about pull the motor apart, the reels was already loose. This is the bottom of the motor. The bolts pull the motor to the case as well, hold the motor together. So big of a jiggle, that's it. It came off. So piston looks alright, but it wasn't sealing. So that's the elastics let go, and it's just not getting a seal. It's a whole big hole. So no wonder it wouldn't run right. I'll fix all that. Clean it right up. A bit of a mark, not much. I'm not sure what size these motors are. Like a chrome piston. But I doubt I bet you I can get some more power out of this. I think it's hard too. Still hard. But I'll pull the other motor apart that I saw and see which is the best motor. Alright. Okay, so far I pulled it all apart, get a quick degrease, clean it up. Now the only real problem is the fuel hole, this hose here. But the hose is expanded a bit overnight, so it's not too bad now. The other one here is still a bit loose, but when that primer bowl's in there, sort of lifted off, so I'm not too worried about that. But I will replace the wiring for the coil, because the hole just behind you, I can't see. There's a hole just there. I'm marking where my thumb is. So that's no good. I've got to spare one of them, and I've got to make sure the coil itself, it screws onto plastic. So if it's no good, I'll check all that now. If that's the holes, they'll loose. If those holes are stripped, I can work it somehow to bolt it on with the bob going right for the whole thing, or I have to find another case, something like that. But that's all right now. But I don't know if these got different size motors. The motors are all right, but everything else is loose. So she was sucking in some shock, and that's why it won't run right. If you've got a leak in your seals, it'll start revving hard for no reason. Right, get on to it, be careful, get on. I'm going to give this a bit of a blind port. One of the reasons I'm doing it, it's quite big transfer chambers for what size motor it is, a small motor. But they're big enough to accommodate a lot more air. So what I'll do is push the ring to the bottom of the intake down there, square it off with a piston, and I'll take one thickness of the ring off the bottom of the intake. So just enough to suck more air in. It's only a small motor, but it didn't need too much. But a little goes a long way with these small motors. It goes a hell of a long way. Now the exhaust, I open up widthways just a bit, just tidy it up. I won't probably take much off the roof at all, but just a little bit, and then it will be a lot more torquey, a little saw, more power, because it didn't hold much petrol anyway. So these seals are all buggered, but I'll glue that back on. It should be fine then. I don't think they're actually leaking. They still feel firm on the actual crank. Feels alright still. So hopefully they'll be alright. The ring seems to be alright still. You can see where it's been slipping in the bottom of the clamp in here. Now when you pull these apart, you gotta mark them. So this one here's got X's on it, and the X's are on the front of the motor. So you know which way they go on after you've done it. So focus. It'll focus one day. Yeah, the X just there, and so I know where it is. So you know how to put it on. So that side there is the flywheel side, that's the PTO side. So I'll clean this up. I've used a wire brush. I think this is what caused the problem with the G288. One of these bits of wire fell off. I always check blow and everything else, but it must have gone somewhere I didn't know. I'll pull the whole damn thing apart now to find out what was going on. I can't find nothing wrong with anything I see visually, but yeah, that's what caused it. And I find that's the best way to clean all these grooves and stuff out. I'll be using brake cleaner to clean that as well. Make it squeaky clean. You put this back in the engine bay, and then you can bolt it all down while it's in there. So you can't always be bolted. You can't just bolt it together and then throw it in. It's got to be done actually in the engine bay. Right, onto it, keep onto it. Okay, mapping out what I do. So that's one ring down there. It's one ring from the base of the intake. So I'll take, I'll put the piston down there, the piston square it all up. Like usual, I'll pull that ring out now. Yeah, see the line, hopefully. It's a line, just one ring space from the bottom. So that's when I follow that line there, nowhere near the post line. I'll make the exhaust a bit wider and just maybe a bit more on the top of that. No, yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. Air transfer is enough. I've cleaned it all up. Looks like cleaner. I don't mind the marks, so they call them keying and painting. Gives the glue something to grab hold of them so it can't slip. But anyway, grind that and I'll put it together. Right. Okay, most of the port work's done now. So I thought I'd just acknowledge what I normally do. I've get the diamond tip thing here and go around all the holes, make sure there's no high bits. Once that's done, I put a split pin, one long one of these. Put paper in the split pin. This case I'll go 380. I usually start 180 in the exhaust, and work me that way to 1200 pretty quickly. And when I finish doing that, I'll run 1200 paper all around the bore where the ports are, make sure there's no rough stuff, nothing I don't want. It's going to be smooth, super smooth. Once that's done, I'll actually run one of these cotton things around the bore with some mag cleaning paste. It's a real fine polishing paste. It's just to make sure 100% there's nothing sharp. So I can't understand why I've done that. Problem with me G288 must have been just a feral part that I got through, but I do go right through the saws, clean them, put them in hot water, make sure she's 100%. Like in there, it's not clean now, it's just terrible. But I'll clean that right up. You see the transfer of the intake's a lot bigger now, a lot more duration of time. I don't know what it is, I'll check it later on, but she's a bit bigger. The exhaust, she's a bit bigger too, not much more. A little bit wider and a bit higher, not much. So it'll work out in the end. But when I'm finished, I will put the timing wheel over this and check out what the timing numbers are. But it shouldn't be too great. But this has got a good little compression motor. But if it's got all the leaks in the world, it won't run. Well, get on to it, Kev. Show you how I go through to make these 100%. So I've ripped a little bit of paper off, used my straight edge rule. That then goes into the split pin, so we can hang on to it. I had a butterfly bolt before, wish I had that still. The brass but bent too easy. Fit it straight through. Keep my finger in there somehow. I think this is what I normally use. Oh, there you go. That goes in like that. Put it in my chuck. Until I show you guys, I know I can't talk that well. I know my accent is strong, so I don't think that's me, but I understand Australians and I understand Yanks, so try and get it in the centre. I'm trying to do it in a hurry so you guys can see. So that's that set up there. So I can do it here. I'm only doing the exhaust side, intake side, I'll keep like rough. So I'll spin it around so she's in a circle. And just shove her inside the exhaust and go down. You just smooth it out. Not a show. Not a show with shine. Just make sure no high marks somewhere. Get a good grind. As it wears out, rip a bit more paper off and just keep doing it like that. And so I ended up with 1200, get a quick polish, and that's it. Like you can see already, it's starting to look 100% better. If you start off 180, it's a lot quicker because every time you do a little bit, I'm only using that wire stuff too. So yeah, it's not hard to do, but it's not really needed. But some people like my highly polished. I don't, it's because they're gonna be covered in carbon anyway. So just that little bit of work on like that. It doesn't take too much to get that cleaned up. So I'll do a bit more work. Working my way 1200, but I won't mag clean. I'll shove the polisher in there. Just make sure there's no sharp stuff sticking up. But I won't polish up this one because it's only a little tiny saw. Not worth it. Alright, onto it, Kev, onto it. Okay, I should show you this. At that felt tip thing. I'll clean up the ports. They've been cleaned up as much as I can with sanding paper. But I want to use these Q-tip things. You get in there and you bugger the thing and heaps of it grind away and polish in there as much as you can. Nowhere near what I can see. But I'll get any high stuff as the exhaust one. Just give it a good hard polish around the holes, inside, stuff like that. It's a bit hard to reach. But right in there, make sure nothing's high or sharp. Give it a good polish. And if you really want to, you can put mag cleaning paste on it too. Right, onto it. Okay, I just tried to film this and my camera died, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I just checked the exhaust, and the exhaust is 100. The way I do it is just starting to see light bleed through, so I go from the exhaust port at the front to the front just there. I don't know if you guys can see it. up the exhaust port, and as soon as I see light bleeding up the cylinder, that's where I go by, because it can bleed light, it'll bleed exhaust. So at 100, okay? And the intake, we're looking at just there, 77 for the intake. Transfer chambers, no idea what they are. So I should have a look if I can. Okay, that looks about that right there. So we're looking at 125 on the transfer chambers. Alright, so I'll put this all together and hopefully we'll get running tomorrow. So it's been poured, I've worked out how the thing comes apart, and it comes apart easy once you remove the handle cover, so you don't try and do the hard way like I did yesterday. Easy just to pull everything apart. And you reseal the motor, it's got stuff JB Ultimate Grey. I know I've used it before. And clamshells, it's not the highest temperature, but if it goes high temperature on the main bearings, you're gonna blow your motor up anyway. So yeah, nice big. Alright guys, over and out.